Okay, today I'm working on this older Olds 98 here. I had to put a used fender on it. You can see it was all peeling like this, and so I put a used fender on it for a guy, and it was a lot of work. You can see the guy couldn't find a signal light for it. So I cobbled up I put the old one on, it's all busted, like we couldn't find one. Then he couldn't find the right grill for it, and except one that was like in Ohio or something. And they told him in Ohio, yeah, we got one, but you have to drive over here and get it. We're not shipping it to you. So so he found this one here. It's the wrong one, and I kind of cobbled it in there. But at least he'll have a grill until he finds one that's the right one. See, it doesn't fit right. It's like kind of messed up there, messed up in here, and then I'm fixing this dent over here. When he got in that accident up there, something happened right here, and it had a huge dent, a scrape, and a dent, a big dent right here, and another dent right here, and I got them out, and I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna put some primer on there. After I got it all bonded up, and I still got a little low spot right here, but I'm not. I don't think he's too worried about that. But anyway, I got it all straightened out. Then I thought, well, I don't want to wait for that 2K primer to dry, and I got that UV primer that I bought. It's very expensive primer. I think that light and a quart of the primer was like $700. It's not cheap. But I was putting it on, and I thought to myself, well, I'm going to do an experiment because it's UV primer. Well, Mr. Sun right there that's so bright, that's UV. So, and I'm working on it outside because I got a Mustang in there. I'm working on it for another guy, and I can't get this thing and that Mustang in the garage. So anyway, I put one or two coats of the UV primer on here, and I'm going to I'm gonna put another coat of the UV primer on now, but here's my test card. I use that for matching paint. Well, I am going to put some of this UV primer on and not use a gun to see. You're supposed to have the UV light to harden that primer. Well, being that I'm out in the sun right now, and the sun is really strong, it's about 2 in the afternoon. Well, I'm gonna put the see here. I'll get my finger over the thing. But here's this Auto Surfacer Dark Gray UV primer. So what I'm gonna do, I put one coat on, and I tried it, and it sands real nice, and it took about 10 minutes for it to get hard enough to sand out in this hot sun. Well, it's not hot sun. It's only about, 45 out right now, but the sun is really strong. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this UV primer on right now. And of course, I don't have enough hands. I got one hand on the cell phone, and the other hand I'm trying to do some work with. But like I say, I put the one coat on there. You can see that it's got some stuff, some little divots and stuff in the metal. But I'm going to give it another coat, and then we'll see how fast it dries out in the sun. I don't have a mask on, and I'm sure you should be wearing one, but with this wind blowing, I think I'll be all right. But I'll give it a. You're supposed to use a 1.0, I think it is, tip on your paint gun, because they don't want you putting it on real thick, because for this UV primer to work right, the ultraviolet light is supposed to go through the primer for it to dry. Otherwise, the top of it would be really dry, and the underneath side, of the stuff closer to your metal, that would still be soft yet because the light couldn't get through it for it to get hard on the bottom, but it would be real dry to the touch on the top. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put one coat on like I just did, put the light coat on, wait 5 minutes, and then for it to dry, which you can see it's already pretty dry because of the sun, and you're supposed to wait 5 minutes for it to dry, and then come back and give it another coat, and then use your UV light on it for it to for it to dry all the way through. Well, like I say, that sun is UV, and it's drying really fast right now. So I'm going to check it out in a minute. I'm going to give it one more minute. I've been making this video for 6 minutes. So I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'm going to give it one more coat. Then we'll wait a minute or two and see how hard it actually got. We'll come over here to this thing I've been working on, and I'm going to give this another coat of primer too. It's not really windy, but pretty windy. That's why you're hearing all my wind noise going on here. But kind of wiping them off now. These gloves are kind of dirty, but they'll be all right for wiping something off. Gotta find my piece of paper. I was using my piece of masking paper, and I don't want to get primer in that trunk because I'm sure this UV primer is kind of new to me, so I'm this is kind of an experiment for me. I kind of like it. It's the second time I used it. And I like it, but anyway, I'm going to give it a coat here. Maybe, like I say, holding on to the cell phone and doing all this, especially in this wind, it's not working very good. Like I say, I don't have enough hands, but we're going to put one coat on, and you just have to bear with me. You won't be able to see anything, or see me doing it because I am holding down the paper with my hand that's got the cell phone, and okay, I'm just about got one coat on here now. So you can hear it going on, but I'm sure you can't see it. So. Oh well. But what they do with this stuff is they make it really transparent so the light can get through it. Okay. Now, what? I shouldn't be doing it this way because the wind is blowing the overspray on that trunk lid. Now, I'm sure I'll have a heck of a time getting that off with some buffing compounds, especially this UV primer. It probably gets pretty hard. But now we'll come over and look at this test paper I just did. This video will get pretty long, so I'm just gonna try to sand it a little bit after one coat. Let me see here. Here's my sandpaper. Now, like I say, I don't have enough hands here, but that's one coat, and we'll see how dry it got out here. And see, it's dry to the touch, but we'll see if it'll sand here without using a UV light. Yeah, I'm getting shadows here from everything, but oh yeah, it is sanding. Yeah. Like I say, I don't have enough hands. So I gotta try to hold it down and sand it and everything else. Yeah, it's just a little gummy. It could use a little more time, or else the UV light but it is sanding. It is sanding, and it's a little gummy. But I bet if a person, I bet if a person left this out in the, left it out in the sun for it really built up nice. So that was just one coat, and look how you can see how it built up with that. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of sold on it. It's expensive, but yeah, that really filled nice. Look at it. Now it's only one coat. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. That's without using the UV light. That's just sunlight from Mr. Sun right there. So there's my experiment for the day. So anyway, that's what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to shut this off. It's going to get pretty long otherwise. So.